I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a quick presentation, and then any questions that you guys have, feel free to raise your hand during the presentation. I understand that, maybe if you wait till the end, you might forget your question. If you want to wait to the end, just write it down. But if, you're more than welcome to stop me in the middle, just raise your hand, and I'll answer your questions. Okay? As you said, my name is Camila. I'm an admissions rep at Wayman Aviation Academy. I have been working there for a little bit over a year. Okay, I do have flight experience. I started flying when I was 17 years old. For reference, I'm 29, and I'm also a mother of a 3-year-old boy, which is why I also don't fly right now. But would I like to get back into it? Yes. Okay. So Wayman has been around for 35 years. Okay. We are ASSET accredited, so we do offer associate's degrees in aeronautical science as well as flight training. Okay. The U.S. Department of Homeland Security does notice us as well, and that is kind of for international students. So if you have family members or friends in other countries that need a visa to come study, we can also accept them if they get approved by the U.S. Embassy. Obviously the FAA, and then the Airline International Pilots Association. Okay. So we obviously came here today because you guys are interested in aviation and have a passion for it. So into that. And does anyone here know what the life of a pilot consists of? Traveling. Come on. Most of my house. Okay. Okay. What about, the fact that they get to see different cultures, different places, Think about it. A regular job or just any other job, you don't really get paid to go see all these places. When you're a pilot, you get to see places that people dream of seeing, So, yeah, you travel for free, you get paid to do it, and you get to see some of the most beautiful places in the world that a regular person per se cannot see. Okay. This is James. He is one of our alumni. He is 29 years old, and he is a pilot at American Airlines. Okay. So that just goes to show that when you start young and then you move your way up over the years, you can actually get to those big airlines. Okay. So I'm sure, like you said, pilots are rich. How much do they make? Well, this is a little chart, and this is basically like the professions that make almost like the most money. So we have pilots, doctors, and lawyers. So a pilot makes, in the beginning of their career, they make anywhere from $40,000 to $60,000 a year, which is $30 to $40 an hour. Okay, that includes flight instructor, banner tower, charter first officer, cargo first officer. Okay, so the easiest and quickest way to build hours is flight instructor. Okay, then we move on to the middle of a pilot's career. Okay, and they make anywhere from $85,000 to $120,000 a year, $60 to $120 an hour. Okay, regional airlines, charter captain, cargo pilot, executive pilots. The end of the career, but not really the end, but let's call it more of the beginning, of like your real career. And it's $150,000 to $400,000 a year, which equals out to around $150 to $400 an hour. So just think about it. What is minimum wage? Does anyone know? Okay. That's working at like Publix or something, right? So think about $400 an hour. Right. Does anyone play video games? Okay. So if you work 3 hours, how many PS5s can you buy? 3. There you go. See? Okay.
That's useful math right there.
All right. But there is a problem. So there's a really big pilot shortage. Does anyone know about that? Yeah. Okay. So Boeing does a forecast, and they forecast it for every 20 years. Okay. And in the next 20 years, they expect to need 763 pilots, and that's due to demand and aircrafts they're building and just routes that are going to be put on and a bunch of other things. In America, it's going to be 35%, so it's 258,000, and then Asia is 308,000. So it's a lot of pilots that they're going to need. Okay, and the world just doesn't produce enough pilots at all. Like, not. I think a lot of people aren't really educated in how much pilots make and what it takes to become a pilot. Okay, but that is where we come in and you come in.
You mind if I jump in real quick?
Yeah.
That gentleman right there on the right, that's Michael Zaldivar. He graduated from Miami Springs. So right now he's at Delta Airlines. He's the first officer at Delta.
So, we are local. We're located in Pembroke Pines. It's about 30 minutes from here. It's not too far. We're at North Perry Airport. We have multiple partnerships with airlines, and that's where it goes from, local flight training into the airlines, and we do guide you into those airlines. And then if you guys have any questions about what airlines and how those partnerships work, you're more than welcome to ask, and I will explain it. Okay? So, the first step is enrollment. Okay? We have an enrollment application. It's really simple, and whenever you guys are ready, then you obviously will come speak to us, and we will enroll you. The I-20 and the visa, that's for international students, but they still have to go through the same process, just a little bit more. But like I said, if you guys have any friends, family members that are interested in becoming pilots, you're more than welcome to give them our information as well. Second step is private pilot. So I understand a lot of you are in ground for private pilot.
This is an intro class, so like this is some of them are. Like the seniors are in the private pilot ground school class.
Who is in the private pilot ground school class? Okay, so
some of them will be in the next few years.
Okay, so you can for the ones who aren't, if you didn't want to do it here, you're more than welcome to do our ground school. We do offer the ground, obviously, and we offer the flight. Okay, private pilot is where you learn how to fly. Okay, you learn basically everything that you need to know in the beginning. Then you'll move on to your instrument rating. Okay, instrument rating is where you learn to fly at night, you learn to fly in bad weather, and just become an all-around better pilot. Commercial single engine, okay, and multi-engine you have as well. So with commercial, that's where you can start to make money. Okay, you have to have a commercial pilot license to be compensated. You cannot get your private pilot license and go fly. No, you have to have a commercial to make money. Okay. Then multi-engine, and then CFI, which is instructors. Okay, that's where you will build your hours. In the U.S., you need to have 1,500 hours stored for the airlines. So that's where you will build up to those 1,500 hours. Or if you do a degree program, you'll get a restricted ATP, and you'll have 1,250 would be the required. Okay. So at Wayman, we designed a special program specifically for high school students. Who here is 16 and up? Everybody. Oh, no. We've got some younger ones. So, all right. You have to be 16 years old to solo. Okay? You have to be 17 to become a private pilot, and then 18 for a commercial. But it's good that the younger ones are, starting to get informed. But basically, this program is for high school students, so you guys obviously go to school Monday through Friday. So basically what we have is we're offering Saturday or online ground schools, okay? The Saturday ground school will start in January. It's 15 weeks, every Saturday from 10 a.m. to 2:30 p.m., okay? Then obviously you can fly weekends and after school if you're able to. If you guys have spring breaks or any type of teacher planning days or whatever the case is, and you guys want to fly, you're more than welcome to. It will count towards college credit. We do have financing options available if you don't want to pay out of pocket. And like it says here, you have to be 16 to start. So we do offer discovery flights. Okay, has anyone ever taken a discovery flight? Okay. So basically what it is you go up with an instructor for an hour, and they let you take, control of the aircraft a little bit, and you get to see what it's like and see if it's actually for you. It's $179. If after you do it and you enroll, it will be credited to your account. Okay, so it's basically free of you. As I said, we offer financing through Sallie Mae. We also do Meritize, do personal loans, but this is mainly what everyone uses. And they're pretty good. You do have to have credit, but if you don't have credit, it's actually good because your parents can co-sign for you, and then it'll help build your credit. Okay. As I said earlier, we offer the Associates of Aeronautical Science degree. It is a 2-year program. It's $390 a credit. Okay. You get the reduced ATP, which instead of having to build to 1,500 hours, it's 1,250. It's a total of 72 credits. The tuition is $28,080, and then we do accept certain scholarships. Okay. This is the timeline for it. So this is without summers. Okay, it's actually 6 semesters, including the summer semesters. But this would be if you didn't do summer semesters. But it is 6 terms. So the first semester is private pilot and the college classes. Second is instrument and commercial with college classes. Third semester is the CFI classes and the college classes, and then this is where you'll be working and taking college classes. So college classes are once a week from 6 to 9 p.m. Okay. The private pilot ground school, if the ones who are graduating, you choose to just start everything after you graduate. It is for 3 weeks, Monday through Friday, from 1 to 5 p.m. Okay. For those who are not interested in the degree program, we also do offer the vocational non-college program, which is just the licenses. Okay. Job placement, as I said earlier, to build hours, flight instructor, charters, regional airlines. Okay. But obviously the end goal is to have an office view like this every day. And who wouldn't want to have that as their office view every day, right? So, questions?
Do you guys have one of these like out of town somewhere
I'm sorry?
in Georgia?
No. We only have one location.
That's a question for you. For the admissions, you originally had background information of it, or no? Was this your first time doing it?
What do you mean?
Like when you entered, because you said you had one, you entered in this program over a year ago. Do you have prior knowledge to the admissions, or is this your first time doing them?
Like being an admissions representative? No, I've had aviation experience, but never worked as an. No, I was a stay-at-home mom.
How was that process for you? Was it easy? Was it difficult?
I'm sorry.
To move to the admission process?
No, it was easy. Do you guys want to know, like, kind of like the day to day with, I guess just like a student at Wayman? He's a student. I actually enrolled him. He is from New Jersey, as Ivan said. And, he contacted me, or I contacted him. I can't really remember, but he had never seen the school before, and we just spoke over the phone, and he decided to enroll so he could kind of give you that experience.
Yeah. My name is Tim. Like she said, they both mentioned I am originally from New Jersey. I moved here 3 months ago now. I love it here. I don't know if are you guys all born and raised in Florida? I don't know how you feel about Florida. I love Florida. Compared to New Jersey, I don't know. Has anybody been to New Jersey? Newark. I live like 10 minutes from Newark, so yeah, trash. But yeah, I moved here. Like the main reason I moved here was to go to Wayman Aviation. I actually started doing flight school back in New Jersey. So there's 2 different ways you can do it. There's a Part 61 and there's a Part 141, right? Wayman does offer both, but to be honest, Part 141 for me was the way to go once I realized this is what I wanted to do. I'm 26 years old. I feel like I haven't graduated high school that long ago, but I just thought about it, and it was 10 years ago, so that's really crazy. But I went to college. I went to Rutgers University. Didn't know what I was going to do. Is anyone certain? Like, I know what I'm gonna do when I'm older. Do you got any know 100%? Is it a pilot? See. She has the right idea. I had no idea what I was gonna do, so I just kind of went through the university system. I did my 4 years. Still had no idea when I was a senior. I had no idea what I was gonna do, and I saw my friends kind of like they had their lives. They're gonna be accountants or lawyers or whatever, and I just didn't want to do any of that. I sat with my advisor. We had the most credits in psychology. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna be a psych major. So I graduated with a psychology major, never used it. Ended up working construction, and kind of just hit a point in my life where I was like, I kind of wanted more. I really did want more. I feel like, I've always wanted to travel. I wanted to see the world, and I felt like I was just stuck in Newark, bro. Can you imagine? So I was a little upset about that, but my father-in-law, who is a retired airline pilot, he told me about a discovery flight. He's like, yo, you should go check it out. Being a pilot is pretty cool. He was a pilot for 30 something years. He started in Brazil and then he retired over in Taiwan. But he's like, just try it out. Go on a discovery flight. And then I went up with a school over in New Jersey, and it was awesome. So a discovery flight, like, who took a discovery flight? Me too. So like, it's cool, right? Like they take you up, you're there, whatever, and then they let you feel the yoke, right? The rudders, all that stuff. They kind of let you feel what it is to fly. And I couldn't believe you can get paid for that, right? So I was like, if I can get paid for this, this is pretty cool. And I was only like 2,000 feet up in the air. Like that picture she just showed is like 30,000 feet, which is awesome. I think that's really cool. But that's when I knew for sure that I was going to get into aviation. And it just kind of made sense for me, at least for my personality. Like you know, it's there's a lot of adventure, like we were mentioning, it's cool, like a little bit, honestly, like just keeping it real, like status, it's a job that a lot of people respect, right? Like when you say like I'm a pilot, it's usually a flex, like oh wow, there's a pilot, or she's a pilot, whatever it is, but it's a pretty cool profession, and I was like, man, I want to do this. So as she mentioned, I saw Wayman online, I saw them on Instagram, and it looked pretty cool. I was like, let me go check the school out, right? So I went there for one day. I came from New Jersey for one day to go look to a open house, and just the amount of planes, honestly, the staff, the way Camilla helped me, just the environment there was very different. Like I did start flying over in New Jersey, doing a Part 61, and it didn't feel as professional as it felt at Wayman. Wayman, like you kind of, you do have to put on a uniform, and whether you like that or not, it's kind of just getting you ready to be a professional. Whether you want to be, you want to fly Gulfstreams, you want to fly like nice executive jets, or if you want to work for the airlines, you're just getting ready to be a professional. And I really like that. I really like that. It was a good switch for me, like going from construction to a really professional environment. I thought was awesome. So I knew I was going to sign up to go to Wayman. She helped me do everything. I did it through Sally Bay. So if you guys are concerned about financing, things like that, Sally Mae is an option. That's exactly what I did. They're helping me do it. Moved here. There is housing available, but you guys are all local, so you should be fine. I live in Fort Lauderdale. It's like a 30-minute drive for me to get to Wayman, and it's pretty easy. But long story short, it's an amazing experience. The school is very professional. You guys are kind of lucky because you're getting ground out of the way. Meaning, if you come in with your written already, you're pretty much ready to go. You're ready to fly. They'll put you on the Redbird for a couple of sessions, and then next thing you know, you're flying the plane, already racking up your hours. So it's really cool. I only have 50 hours, which is kind of scary when you think about you need 1,500 to work for an airline, but it's part of the process, right? So I'm really at the beginning, but just from the 50 hours, you learn so much. Um, my solo was an amazing experience. When you're sitting there, you look to your right and there's nobody there, and it's just you and the plane. It's a pretty crazy feeling, and you land it all by yourself. It's an amazing feeling. And all my friends, I'm telling you, I have accountants, lawyers, nurses. I look the coolest compared to all of them. So like, it's a pretty cool like everyday. Yeah, it's a very cool everyday. Waking up, going to the airport, getting used to talking on on the comms, like talking to tower. When you realize you have a flow now, it's really really cool. And yeah, that's pretty much my story. I'm working towards that. So I don't know if you guys are going to go the college route. You guys 100% can do that. Uh, but there is a college route with Wayman. If you know for sure you want to be a pilot, or if you go on your discovery flight and you're like, no, this seems like what I want to do. Look into this. It'll save you a lot of time and money. This is my second loan because I went to college already, and now I'm doing it again. If I would have known before, I would have done it as soon as I got out of high school. Because a lot of my classmates are kind of your guys' age, the senior age, and I don't think they know how good they have it because probably by my age they'll be working at a major airline. So yeah, that's pretty much all I got. You guys have any questions? Yeah. Commercial pilot or I'm looking towards personally. I really like Gulfstreams. I really like the idea of like they're very high tech planes. I even have their like thing on me, but I kind of want to go that route. I want to go. The dream would be a Part 91, right? But if it's Part 135 for the beginning and working in charter, that's cool. But the airlines are paying so well right now that I feel like I have to go to the airlines for a bit. Maybe like beef up my resume and then go and try to get a nice golf team job. Yeah. Any other questions? No question? Yeah.
To be a golf team pilot or whatever, how many hours do you do that?
So my old instructor in New Jersey, he got a Learjet job at 350 hours, which is pretty crazy. That kind of shows like how the market is right now for pilots, and he was telling, I was talking to him yesterday, he's getting compensated pretty well. So I don't know. I guess like from what I know of that world, the executive, like it's very who you know. So I mean, going to these airports, working at like, a lot of these guys, they start working at the airport, they make a connection, and the next thing you know, they're flying a really expensive jet. So I think that depends. But I know the airlines you need to get your 15 or 1250. Yeah.
So, like just looking at like not financially, whatever, a more cost effective route would be, go to a flight school, get as much hours as you can, and then try to apply to get a job for, driving.
Yeah, it's what some people do. Again, it's like who you know. So, like from what I know, there's some guys that instead of going to see a fire out, they'll try to get a cargo gig or they'll try to go work at a 135, and then get their hours that way, and then go to the airlines. I'm pretty sure before it was the other way around, where people would go from the airlines to go to these fancier jobs, but I think everything's just crazy now.
I'm gonna piggyback off your answer. That's why it's important to be around airports all the time. So like the job that they have, that Valentina and Monteja, they work at Opalaka Airport. They work as a line service techs at Opalaka at Sky Harbor. So if you're around airplanes, you're around that crowd. Everybody needs like, they need a safety pilot or they need somebody to ride with them to get. Those are opportunities to get free hours, and then everybody knows somebody. You know what I mean? So
it's that's something I noticed too. It's very like
but it's a very welcome. Yeah.
Like, so you guys working at the airport, once they find out you're pilots, they're gonna be like, oh, I know her. Like she's been there for a minute now. Like, yeah. Let's see if she wants to take this position. So
they're very welcoming. It's a very good community.
Do any of you have family members in aviation? My grandpa used to be a pilot. Okay, so no, so the rest of you are just interested in it, just out of your own will.
So you'll be a first generation pilot. Nice.
How old are you? 17. When do you turn 18? Oh, next year. Oh, cool. Well, I mean, if you're good to start, but like you can solo now and get your private. And then when do you turn 18 next year? August. Okay, so yeah, I mean, if you start your private now, by the time August comes around, you'll be able to continue on with your instrument and commercial. And, obviously your private you'd have to do a little bit slower just because you're still in high school. But once you complete your private, your instrument and commercial, you can get done accelerated, and then, you get your CFI and your CFII. So by the time you're, I don't know, let's say even 20 years old, You could be working at a regional or something.
Mhm.
I have a question for the opportunity that's it starts in January, right?
For the Saturday ground school, yes.
So that's for 16 weeks. So how
15.
much is it for is it like per day we pay or is it like
Like the payment schedule.
yeah, how does that work?
So
It's $1,560 for all the dogs.
so for those 15 weeks, so yeah, it's a kind of like an upfront payment, but yeah, it's a 1,560 for the ground, and it starts
January, start January 10th.
Oh, we have the
So guys, just so you know, they charge for that, and that's very normal. That's a 142 or 141 school, sorry, and they charge for their ground school. That's fine. They have their instructors. They're giving their time. You guys get that here for free. So now that you see the value proposition in this class, so now you go to them ready to go. You know, you have your ground school done. Up to what do you guys take? Like in terms of like, let's just say if somebody comes in with their private pilot license, is that okay? They can jump right into their instrument. You guys wanna?
Yeah, they can jump into the instrument, but it will be required a class. Like
They'll have to do a placement.
Placement, 2 hours ground, 2 hours of flight.
Okay.
For the candidate to meet the Wayman standard.
Right. You want to see, yeah,
Like, he's safe, like because we don't know what type of experience he or she had before. So that's why we have this placement course.
Gotcha.
And basically, right now is the best time to join the industry because right now airlines are hunting you guys.
Oh yeah.
The airlines are hunting the pilots. Before, Academy needs to make an effort to have an agreement with the airline company and to send our graduates to the airline company. Like right now, during the last 6 months, we have 2 new sign-ups. We sign up with Silver, and they are pre-approving your future employment after you have your private. Just imagine.
Wow.
You have your like 73 hours, and you have a letter conditional offer from the airline company that they already want you to be like to start with them, and they offering like a lot of bonuses and everything. And the best thing is that they are giving you a mentor. So this is a real captain who will be guiding you through all the process and explaining you everything. Like for you to become an airline pilot as fast as possible, and to spend less and like whatever. All these good advices instead, like sitting at home and hour by hour watching the YouTube videos. You have a real person here who will be guiding you all the time. And the second one is spirit. So you need to build your first 500 hours, and you will have your interview with Silver. So it's spirit. So spirit. I'm sorry. Yeah, spirit. So both of these airline companies, they are our hometown airlines. And why it's important? Because you will be sleeping at home every day. Yeah, because like when it will be like airline company from outside the state, for them will be easier, to bring the aircraft to their to their hometown.
Right.
So that's why here we have two, and Spirit becomes like fifth largest right now. So it's really beneficial.
Is Silver a 135 or a 121 airline? Because they can build time through Silver, right? Is that the idea?
Yeah. So.
Okay.
Oh,
I've always thought they were smaller planes, so I thought they were 135.
they
So guys, the 135 is non-scheduled service. A 121 is scheduled air service. That's the difference.
So if
They're
you
just
guys
under the
would
Part
like to
CFRs.
see the school, you guys are more than welcome to come. Actually, on this Saturday, we're having an open house. As he said, he attended our open house. We have one every last Saturday of the month. But basically, we kind of do like this type of presentation, just a little bit different because this one was tailored more to you guys, high school students. And then we give a tour of the school and then questions and answers as well. But lately we've been having Silver come to, basically explain and, you can speak to somebody. So if any of you are interested in that, it's on this Saturday from 11 to 2. And once we get confirmation from Silver, I can let Mr. Acosta know, and he can let you guys know if they're coming or not. And even if they're not coming, I think it's nice if any of you are actually interested, especially you seem very interested, just to come see the school and just see where it is and whatnot.
Oh yeah, some of them already went. Valentina went. She did she did one of the Discovery flights on the 4th this past Saturday. Was it this past Saturday or the Saturday before?
Yeah, I remember seeing that.
Yeah, she was there. Adrian was helping me out with the table.
I saw you have a look, right?
Yeah. Who was it? Christian was there too. Christian was really interested.
Are any of your parents first responders? Nobody. No one in here? Like, no nurses, nothing? Okay. Well, the reason I ask is because inside those pamphlets there is a little flyer, and basically it's for 50% off of the college tuition for the college program, and it's for first responders or their immediate family members. So, if any of you can, but so, I guess that doesn't apply to anybody. But if you know anyone who is interested in being a pilot and does qualify, you could just go ahead and give that to them.
Guys, something I wanted to point out that distinguishes Wayman. They're the ones that do the flight training for all the different colleges. None of the colleges, Miami-Dade College, Broward College, Florida Memorial, none of them own airplanes. Okay, so they outsource their training to Wayman. That's for a reason, because they have quality instruction. Another thing too that you might want to just came to my mind. They offer the associate degree program, which I'm sure they talked about, but keep in mind the fact that it's kind of a more streamlined process of getting your associate degree, right? Because you're getting the credit by virtue of the flight training, right? It's not like you have to take a whole bunch of extra courses. Is that correct?
So you do have to take general education courses.
Yeah, but like I meant like the flight side.
Pamphlet.
What I'm trying to compare it to is like to Miami-Dade College, where you have to fly and you have to take the course. This is more like you could, by virtue of the training itself, you get credit. You get some kind of college credit as well.
I'm in the college.
There you go.
Yeah, because
So it's more efficient, is what I'm trying to get at.
It's way more
Saves you
efficient.
money, you know.
You have to get certain classes done, but even some of them, it's all like a lot of it is towards aviation.
But like your flight is considered a credit. So if you flip to the back of the page, like I said earlier, it's 6 semesters, okay? And obviously you have your core classes, which is also on the front, which is general education, and it's English, English 2, Western civilization, algebra, stuff like that. But then you have your aviation classes, which are aviation laws and regulations, engine systems, meteorology, aerodynamics, aviation safety, aviation history. So everything is towards becoming a pilot. But the other good thing is that we do have a partnership with Embry-Riddle. So if you chose to go get your bachelor's and further your education, Embry-Riddle will take this and credit you towards their bachelor's. Okay.
And during the previous open house that we had in Wayman on October 28th, one of the candidates asked a question. We had I think, general recruiting manager of Silver in Wayman, and just if, for example, you have two similar candidates, one with a degree without, and the second one without, like whom you will choose? He was very, very honest, and he told me like, yes, I will choose the one with the degree. So yes, airline companies they do not require to have a degree right now, but if it will be two different pilots, two pilots, two similar pilots with 1,500 hours, and one will be with the degree, the second one will be without, they will choose the one with the degree.
And then also the degree is good because did you guys know that basically if you don't have an FAA medical, you cannot fly? You guys know that? Okay. So if you lose your medical for whatever reason, you have nothing. Like all you have is licenses. So at least if you have a degree, you can go do something else in the aviation world or in anything, because you have that degree. It's kind of like a safety net. Whereas if you just have your licenses, that's all you have. You don't have medical anymore. And then, as he said, you walk into an interview, you're obviously the person with the degree is going to get hired over the person without.
And yeah, I absolutely agree with you. And like, it's a set point of the story, but one day, like FAA will cut loose. So one day you will not be able to pass your medical, and at least you have a profession, to stay in the industry and keep earning, keep earning.
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
So I have a question. Like, if I already have some credits from dual enrollment, does that transfer over?
Yeah, you just have to send your transcript. So as he said, he went to Rutgers. So he had a bunch of credits. He you don't have to take any credits, right?
All my classes are
So
basically just flying.
he got yeah, he got 6 classes that he does not have to take. All he has to take is those aviation classes, his ground classes, and his flight. That's it. He does not have to take any algebra or anything like that. So yes, as long as you have your transcript and you pass with a good grade, then yes, you can accept it.
Yeah, and the college credit that you get here too, you know, through Embry-Riddle, because this is, remember, this is through Embry-Riddle, and they have a partnership with Embry-Riddle, so you guys are Embry-Riddle students, technically, you know.
So, my knowledge in Dorsey Baker, for example, and let's say I go with my airline, would they help pay for my license,
I'm sorry.
my pilot license?
You work at Georgia T. Baker?
No, like I'm attending Dorsey Baker and I'm getting my the avionics license. And let's say if I go and join American Airlines, would they help pay for a pilot license?
So that's a sponsorship. I mean, to get sponsored by like American Airlines is
Like right now, when
highly
you're joining
impossible.
the airlines, like for example, say the Silver, they have a signing bonus $17,000. But you need to meet the requirements. So you need to have your private instrument, commercial, CFI, MLI, restricted ADP or ATP, or it means that over 1,150 or 1,500 hours. And then you will get that, and then you will get your bonus, and your bonus won't be paid like as a one payment. So they will try to squeeze it to 3 4 months. So if you're asking like if airline companies right now paying the signing bonus, yes they do.
No. He's asking if they'll pay for his license. Like sponsor.
No, I mean like they will not sponsor,
No,
but
yeah.
they offer signing bonus later on when he joins the airline and he has the requirements.
Might be a workaround for that is the tuition reimbursement. Since you guys are, you're a college as well, so I don't know if that would maybe go towards flying, maybe that would go towards the general classes at least. That covers that. Because American Airlines, a lot of companies offer tuition reimbursement, so I'm thinking that might be the workaround, something where they can.
Yeah, like they'll credit it towards the tuition for the college classes, towards flight fees. I
It's just, it's something, it helps.
But there's scholarships, like I said, the financing, that. And the thing is, like with the financing, like you'll pay your loan off. So with Sally Mae, you don't have to start paying back the loan until 6 months after you finish the total program. So by that time, you'll already be working, whether it's as a flight instructor, towing banners, or whatever you decide to do to build your hours. You'll pay your loan off within your first like real airline job in a sense, or like real big boy job, and you'll pay it off right away with just a signing bonus. So, because right now, like you said, airlines are offering signing bonuses, like high.
For someone who doesn't want to become like a flight instructor and wants to build their hours, is there like another option?
Yeah, you can do like the banner towing. The thing is that regardless, you're gonna have the way it is with like our vocational program, which is the one without the degree. You're gonna graduate with around 170 hours. So anywhere is gonna request minimum 250. So you're gonna have to time build. My suggestion would be becoming an instructor. It's quick to build your hours. You make your own schedule. You get paid while building your hours. You know. And honestly, it really helps you become just a better pilot because you're always learning. You're still always learning, and like whether maybe you forgot something, but then now you're reteaching it to somebody. You're always refreshing your brain. So I think it's the best route, and it's you're getting paid to do it, and it's a pretty decent salary to start off with.
And also there is a secret sauce on being a CFI. So I saw a lady. She is American Airlines captain with 30 plus years of experience, and she's a DBE. So she was keeping this her CFI double A current all the time. Then she passed the FA exam and become an examiner. And right now she's like close to her retirement, but she comes to Wayman and take the check rides from the students. And for example, each check ride is $1,000. Or if you're doing the CFI check ride, it can be $2,000. And so imagine, and we have a line of students who are waiting for the check ride. So give like 10, 20 check rides is not a problem. Just like it's a good thing.
Yeah, there's a shortage of DPEs, or designated pilot examiners. They give you the check ride, so it's a good way to make money. $1,000 a pop, every time. So you can make $3 grand in a day, no problem.
How many check rides can you do a day?
Three.
Yeah.
If you're doing private from commercial, can be up to 3 a day, and if you're doing flight instructor, it's 1 a day. But to become a PFI, the exam takes like 14 hours, so you're not able to take the second one.
I mean, and remember, you don't have to go to the airlines. You can fly for fun. You can get just your private pilot license, with them as well. So for those of you that aren't interested in being pilots commercially,
How are the work hours
Yeah.
like okay, so you go to Paris, right? And so they get a hotel for you, and like how long do you stay there for?
It depends on the airline company's policy. So usually you should rest like 24 hours.
Oh, and then you go back here.
Yeah.
If you work like
So usually they switching their planes. So if you're going like at the evening, so next crew like coming next day and you're flying the same plane.
Alright. I thought you stayed there like a week until they got you plane.
Not really. Not really.
depends.
But
It depends how you bid too.
There's day
your
jobs
seniority.
too, like there's cargo jobs. So there's an instructor that used to work with us. His name is Nick. His name's Pilot Nick on Instagram. He's actually very well known. He was an instructor with us for a while, and he works for IBC Airways now, which is out of Miami International, so really close to here. And he works Monday through Friday, and he flies to the Caribbean.
Yep.
Just Monday through Friday, and leaves at 7 a.m. and comes back. I think yesterday he posted that he was back at like 5:30.
Yep.
And honestly, if you guys are interested in knowing more about like stuff like that, he always does a lot of Q&As on his Instagram where people ask him questions about being an instructor, flight training, his new job now at IBC. So if you guys are interested, definitely give him a follow because he's actually very informative.
What's his name?
Pilot Nick. Pilot Nick.
Yeah, the Saab 340s. That's what they fly.
Yeah.
They're the two-engine propeller planes,
Pilot
super
Nick
loud.
with an S at the end. PILOTNICS.
Yeah, that's a short turn. You go to Nassau, come back, short turn.
Yeah, like he
Quick.
went to Grand Cayman this week. He went to Turks and Caicos. Today I don't know where he. But it's a Monday through Friday, 9 to 5 basically, but just flying an airplane and seeing different places and
Yeah, so if that's a concern, there you go. You're in your bed every night.
So that's instead of working for the airline, like you said, it's 24 hours. You're working just 10 minutes from your house.
And of course, it depends on the airline company. For example, the friend of mine who graduated from my previous flight school, he's right now flying for Subway. It's a big cargo company. They have breaks. For example, they are in Chicago for a week. So the airline company, they just switching the pilots and airplanes, and they're waiting for a week in Chicago. And they're paid for it. The hotels paid, food is paid, they have a salary. The proration, of course, not the same as the flight hours, but they are still paid.
And you get per diem, so you can get paid to eat, so you can eat when you're there.
Yeah,
Everything is covered.
Yep.
You can go work for like, let's say, a family who owns their own private jet, and they need a pilot. You basically go on family vacation with them, and maybe you stay there, or maybe they fly you back, or whatever the case is. There's so many different job opportunities with this field, believe it or not.
Basically, whatever the case may be, you're gonna get taken care of.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of corporate pilots now. That's what they do because like you can get your type rating for certain planes, right? Like once you get all your ratings, basically what's left over is the type rating for the type of plane. And there's a lot of like entrepreneurial. If you guys are into that, like I like the idea of business and things. They'll get their own type ratings, and then they have day contracts, like Ivan mentioned. Sometimes you just need a pilot, and they can call you and be like, "Hey, are you available this day?" Like, yeah, but my day rate is $4,000. Like, all right, fine. Well, if you're type rated, they'll take you. And so a lot of guys they run it like a business too. So aviation really isn't only airlines. Even though the airlines are awesome too, like there's a bunch of other things that you guys like. I don't know if you're worried about not staying at home or if you do want to stay out, whatever it is. But there's so many different routes you can take. So it's really cool. Really cool.
Any other questions? Yeah. Okay, then we're done. You guys have no other questions?